Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great this morning. It's a little chilly where I am in Southwest Florida. It's currently 41 degrees at 7:30. The sun's just coming up, so I thought I would make a video while I'm on my way to work, because now that the time change has happened, it's definitely too dark in the mornings when I typically leave the house at 6:30. But I thought, well, I left a little later this morning, so I'd jump on. I wanted to ask you guys if you've noticed that when you eat something with artificial flavoring, like donuts, for example, if you eat like a glazed donut, or if you have a donut called a cruller, it's a French cruller, it's got a glaze on it, do you notice that the roof of your top denture feels weird? It feels like a film is on it. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that, but I haven't heard anyone say anything about it, so I've been meaning to say something for a while, and I forget about it. But yeah, it's annoying. So it kind of makes me not want to eat stuff like that. I mean, I should be eating donuts anyways, but I'm just saying, things with like glaze, or I'm trying to think of what else. Hold on, I have to turn here. That does that, but it's definitely noticeable, and it's quite annoying. So a simple brushing will take care of it, but just throwing it out there, wondering if you guys have run into that or experienced that. The other thing is, for those of you who are, new to getting your dentures and you're working on biting into things, I found something that is really tough, and it'll help you to learn how to bite through foods. And you guys know regular bagels, right? The typical thick bagels. Well, they have bagels that are thinner, and they're called bagel thins. I just had one, and I'll tell you what, those are tough. They are really tough. You know how normally bagels are, kind of chewy, and they're not fluffy, but they're chewy, but they're kind of soft. Unless you overcook them, of course, then they're very crispy. But these bagel thins are very tough. So what I noticed is, when I'm biting into them, you really have to chew, to bite down pretty hard to take a bite of it, and then you kind of have to pull. So what I do is I bite down into it while I'm holding it, and then I pull it, and then just chewing it it's tough. But I thought, ooh, this is a good food for those who are working on biting into things. I wouldn't recommend these bagel thins if you're still, really sore, and you might be a little sore after eating it. I know, for example, when I eat an apple, the top front of my gums are kind of sore, but that's okay. It's a good kind of sore. It's like when you work out and your muscles the next day are sore. It's kind of like that, but this will help toughen your gums up for sure. So I definitely recommend those bagel thins. I'm not gonna buy them again. I like them because they're lower calorie, but nah, I like the regular traditional bagels. My kids don't like them either. They told me not to get them again, but they were on sale at Publix, buy one get one free, so I was enticed. But let's see, what else? Twizzlers are another good thing to practice on, biting down into things, because I remember, learning how to bite into things really was challenging for me. So now that I'm 9 months along in my permanent dentures, I don't really have any issues as far as eating things. The only thing I can't eat are those nerds, because they're so little, they get up underneath there, and that's painful. But that's really the only thing. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, a tip. for those of you who are new to wearing dentures, when it comes to adhesive, when you're new, when you're new to dentures, you're still having to do the saltwater rinses, periodically throughout the day. Or some people like to rinse their dentures out after they eat, which I do that too, but I don't wear adhesive anymore. But for those of you who are wearing adhesive and you're still doing the saltwater rinses, that's going to be challenging, because when you put that adhesive in your denture, it's meant to be there for hours, for a good 6-8 hours. So if you put the adhesive in and then maybe 3 hours later you're pulling it out, it's going to be challenging, because it's that's during that prime time where it's really stuck to your gums and your denture, which is what it's supposed to do. So my recommendation for that, or for those of you who are doing adhesive and you just at night need to remove your denture to do your cleaning and everything, I get asked about how do you remove the denture and deal with all that adhesive. What I used to do is, whether it be I need to change out my adhesive during the day or at night, to do my nightly cleaning, I turn on the water faucet to hot or warm, and I get the water hot enough to where it won't hurt my mouth, but to the hottest temperature that I can tolerate safely. I get a glass of, a cup or whatever, and I vigorously swish with that warm water, and that really helps to loosen it up. When I did adhesive, I used secure adhesive on the top, and then I used my combo adhesive method with powder and paste on the bottom. So my dentures were really locked down. But another thing you can use if you're just trying to get your dentures loose is coffee or warm tea. Anything warm basically will help to loosen that adhesive up. The other thing I found, because I had my immediate dentures for a year, is Twizzlers. Actually, if you want to eat a Twizzler, just chewing on that when your immediate denture is really big, sometimes it'll rock when you're eating. Well, I found that eating a Twizzler will help dislodge it. It'll help loosen the denture. I remember that distinctively. But really, simply the water is probably the easiest thing to do. Just the warm water, and that will really help. But I think that the Fixodent Gum Care is easier to clean and deal with and remove from your gums and the denture versus the Fixodent original or whatever, because I only used Fixodent. I liked Fixodent the best as far as paste type adhesives. But with the Fixodent Gum Care, I believe it's pink. The bottle or the tube itself has purple on it, and it says Fixodent Gum Care. I have it in some of my videos, but it's like a pink gel form, and it applies really easily. But I remember, because I wore the Fixodent Gum Care and then the Fixodent paste on my bottom denture, I remember doing the warm water swishing, getting it loose, and then having to literally peel off that pink adhesive from my gums. I do remember that, and it didn't hurt, but it was kind of weird, but it didn't hurt. But for those of you who are still healing, be careful with that, because your gums are going to be really sensitive. But it didn't hurt. And then once you remove your denture, you can still continue to swish vigorously with that warm water to kind of loosen it up. But honestly, I found that the easiest thing is just to, wash your hands, of course, before you put them in your mouth, and then just take your clean hands and just pick off the adhesive with your fingers. Ladies, we have fingernails. If you have artificial nails, that might be a problem. I don't know. I haven't had artificial nails. since having my dentures, but just using your fingers to pick it off works. So, all right guys, well, I'm running into some traffic here and the sun is starting to be blinding, so I'm gonna go, but I hope you guys have a wonderful day and good luck and congratulations to all the new ones out there. I love watching your videos and I reminisce going through everything that you've gone through, and I'm like, oh, you'll get through it. It's tough, but you guys are tough, you know, and you'll get through it, and it's not always easy, but you'll adjust, and you just watch all of our videos and take the tips that we give and try them. See if you can figure out things yourself and then share those tips, because we're all different. We all have different needs and circumstances and challenges, and but you know, the more we share, the more we help. This community has been amazing, so I want to definitely see us keep going. And I always respond to comments. I do work 50 hours a week, you know, Monday through Friday, so I'm not able to jump on live videos during the day when I'm at work, but I do, you know, always respond to comments if I see the notifications, and I comment on people's videos too, and I think it means a lot if the YouTuber responds. You know, it doesn't have to be a long response, but just or even just liking the comment or something like that. You acknowledge that you saw that person's comment. But anyways, the sun is horrible, so I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great day.